You alright guys, hope everything's okay out there. Today I'm doing a honey chicken, and for this I'm using white rice vinegar, sesame oil, light soy sauce, tapioca flour or corn flour, sesame seeds for dressing at the end, white of an egg, baking soda, honey, salt, ginger, garlic and of course chicken. And this was suggested by Jordan. She did the wood burning on the chopping board in front of you. I'll pop a link to her pages in the description below. Right then, let's get on with the cooking. Okay then, so first up we need to cut the chicken, slice the chicken, bite-sized pieces, some long strips, some cut across the grain will do. A little tip for you, if you have trouble cutting chicken because it's all wobbly and moves all over the place, stick it in the freezer for 15-20 minutes before you want to cut it, and it goes hard and it's easy. You watch me putting the knife through the centre of this now, you'll see it's not wobbling at all. Well, hardly. Nice and easy. Get the chicken bits in a bowl and start preparing your batter. We need the white of 1 egg and some plain flour and some tapioca flour or corn flour. 2-to-1 mix for this, so I'll use 70 odd grams and 35 grams of tapioca flour. I would normally use corn flour for this, but I was running a bit low and I had to use the tapioca flour up anyway. And what we're doing again is making an alkaline batter. Now an alkaline batter is halfway between velveting and a pure batter. Once again, the alkali parts of it soften the chicken. The protein bonds are weaker and the chicken stays more tender. It's not a bad way of doing things really. When pure velveting is just with sodium bicarb on the chicken for half an hour before you cook it and then wash it off. But I've incorporated it into a batter for this one. And while the batter's resting for half an hour, time to make the honey sauce. Garlic and ginger. And honey. Quite a good dollop of honey because it's all about the honey. 60ml, 4 tablespoons. A good squirt, I'm not measuring it, just guessing. In with some rice wine vinegar and some sesame oil. Now what these two do is they counter the sweetness of the honey, otherwise it would be a bit sickly. And some light soy sauce. Dilute it down a bit with about 80ml of water, in with some cornstarch and give it a good mix in. And as always, set it to one side. Right, the chicken's been in the batter for 30 minutes, so time to start cooking. And I'm using a double fry method for this. This gives a really crispy batter. So first time of cooking, 170 Celsius with the oil. Get all the chicken in there. The chicken cooks, but the batter doesn't cook properly. And you can see it's a light, I suppose the batter's a straw colour, if that, yeah. So we're frying for about 3-4 minutes. Take the chicken out. I gotta say, it sounds pretty crispy already. Dredge out the excess pieces of batter, they'll burn otherwise. Oil back up to 200 Celsius this time. And then chicken pieces back in. And this is the real cooking. Lovely. And fry again for about 5 minutes. We're after a really crispy batter. The portion I'm doing here is for 1 or 2 people. If you're going to do bigger portions, then batch fry. Don't put them all in one go. the oil will cool down so much and you won't get a good crispy batter. There we are, look, nice and golden. Right, heat the sauce up, bring in the wok, or a large frying pan, doesn't matter. Get the oil up to temperature, in with the sauce and boil it. And carry on boiling until the sauce is as thick as you want the sauce to be. You can make it nice and runny or really, really sticky with the sugars from the honey caramelise. I'd say mine was halfway between the two, really. I'm glad I stopped when I did because it carried on cooking for a little bit afterwards and got thicker. And what I do, I use a fork just to see how drippy it is. Yeah, it was sticking to the fork, so that's good enough for me. Okay then, so in with the chicken. And stir like mad to get the chicken totally coated in the honey sauce. My mouth's watering just talking about this, sorry guys. All coated and the sauce is nice and syrupy. Time to plate up. And one last thing to do before serving, a good sprinkle of toasted sesame seeds. Okay then guys, here we go. Oh, honey chicken. Mmm. Cooked to perfection. I must admit, I've not cooked this for a while and I've forgotten how nice it was. Right, I'm going to save the rest. So I'm going to have this in a minute with some rice and noodles. Even the batter's nice. Oh, sod it, one more piece. Stop. I keep saying this, guys, but that is lovely. Take care, and I'll catch you soon.